Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about a book that I recently finished reading, which is definitely one of the most entertaining dark academia book that I have read recently. And I'm talking about Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. Now, Lee Bardugo is one of my favorite YA author. I don't read many YA books, but of the ones which I have read, I have really enjoyed the books from Lee Bardugo. But this book is definitely not a YA. This is adult novel for sure, and this is one of the first adult novel that she has written. This is part of a 5-part book series, and the second book is out early next year, which is January 2023, and it is called Hellbent. My name is Angela. You can call me Angie. My channel's name is Angie the Bookaholic. In this channel, as the name suggests, I talk about books and all things related to books like movie and TV adaptations. So if those things interest you, you are warmly welcome here, and also welcome to subscribe to my channel, and also please engage with me by commenting below. So what is this book about? The protagonist of the book is called Alex Stern. She is this very disturbed, misfit, goth girl, and who has definite issues with substance abuse. The book starts with Alex being reeling or recovering from a very traumatic, terrifying event that happened in her life, and she is being accepted into Yale University. In the beginning, she doesn't know why she's being accepted, but thinking that she is getting a second chance at life and to set her life straight, she accepts the offer and she reaches Yale University, and then she realizes that it is not definitely because of her stellar academic record or achievement that she is being accepted into this prestigious university, but because of her ability to see dead people, who are referred to as the Grays, Grays, in this book. Once there, she learns that there are 8 frat houses or secret societies that is associated with Yale University, and these 8 houses actually in real life did exist. So that was kind of an interesting trivia for me to discover. But of course, the purpose and the nature of these houses might have been different, but they had the same kind of names like Skulls and Bones and Books and Snakes, Manuscript, etc. Alex is not part of one of these 8 houses. These are the 8 main secret houses, but she is part of the 9th house, which is called Leafy. Now, the purpose of Leafy is to make sure that the members of these 8 houses, 8 secret societies associated with Yale University, behave, and they have magical powers, and they do practice rituals to ensure the continuance of their magical powers. I think it's usually done on Thursdays. So basically, they are kind of a monitoring body to make sure that all the other 8 houses play by the rule book. So that's a basic premise of the story, and into this mixture add a murder mystery and a possible abduction. You get a one-of-a-kind dark academia thriller. Most part of the book is from Alex's POV, but we also get to see the story, which is kind of a flashback, but from the point of view of Alex's mentor, whose name is Daniel Arlington, and Lee Bardugo has played a clever wordplay and calls him Darlington. So we will also, going forward, call him Darlington. While we are going through Alex's POV, we realize that something has happened to Darlington. Darlington is basically missing. But we also, like I said, get this flashback POV of Darlington, how he views Alex as, and also we get to see an outsider point of view of how the world views Alex. These are quite interesting POV jumps. Sometimes it might be confusing because these are essentially not just POV jumps, but they are kind of time jumps also. I've heard from some of the reviews that it bothered some people, these kind of time jumps, and it didn't have a definite structure. For me, that wasn't a problem at all. For me, it was easy to grasp, what's happening when. But yeah, some people might have a problem with those time jumps. Now, I've heard that some people do have problem with the world building and the pacing in this book, especially for Lee Bardugo fans, because most of the YA readers do not expect to dwell too much on world building itself. But because this is a 5-part book series and an adult novel, I think that the pacing was a conscious choice from Lee Bardugo's side. For me, it wasn't a problem at all. I think the way the houses, their rituals, their tombs, and the magical abilities are introduced to us were very gradual and organic as the story unfolds, so that these did not feel like info dumps and overwhelming and pretentious. So if you are used to the pacing of other books of Lee Bardugo like Shadow and Bones and the Six of Crows trilogy, you might have find issues with this. But if you're used to generally reading adult fantasy, that shouldn't be a problem at all. The book successfully portrays the toxic elitist groups and frats that exist in these Ivy League like colleges. Alex, being an outsider, always feels that she is different from these high achieving people, but at the same time, she is striving to do her best and make the most of the second chance that she received. But at the same time, she is not always compliant. She is defined in her own ways. She wants to challenge the power structure and the power struggle that's happening, because most of these houses are trying to maintain their power, even though some of the practices are extremely unethical and illegal. So through Alex, we also get to see this outsider perspective of these houses and how toxic they can be, and this is well portrayed in the book. One of the villains or bad person in this book and the plot associated with him reminded me of 13 Reasons Why. Like I said, there is definitely a trigger warning for violence. It's very rare that I cry reading a book, but this book made me cry when there was description of extreme violence against Alex. So be warned. So if you're a person who gets easily disturbed by violence, especially sexual violence and physical violence, then yeah, you might have to skip this one. There were plenty of occasions where Alex is just thinking on her own, like, her self musings, which are really interesting tidbits of wisdom. Most of the times, I would like to read one of such tidbits. Her mother believed in fairies and angels and crystal visions, but what would she make of real magic? Could she grasp the ugly truth of it all? That magic wasn't something gilded and benign, just another commodity that only some people could afford. So there are many musings like this from Alex's very imaginative brain, which you might enjoy reading. The book was totally entertaining to me, and I really, really savored every minute I spent on this book. Having said that, this book is by no means a perfect book. Definitely there were some drawbacks. First one, I told you there were some time jumps and the way narrative switch POVs. Some people might find that a little bit distracting. Some of the peripheral characters felt like convenient props to move the plot of Alex's turn. They didn't feel natural to me. Definitely felt like they were placed there so that Alex's story can move forward. There are a couple of twists, and one of the twists you can see from a mile away, so very predictable. But the final twist was tastefully delicious. I really savored that final twist. And also, there are some mysteries. Like I said, there is this murder mystery, then there is this abduction of Darlington, and you don't get all the answers in this book. So if you are a person who want to get all the answers in a single book, then you might not like this ending, because there are some questions still left unanswered, and that will be explored in book number 2 and future books, I'm guessing. Overall, I really liked it. If you want an engaging and entertaining murder mystery thriller with Yale as the background and dark academia aesthetic to set the mood for, then go for it. You will definitely like it. And if you do end up liking it, the positive is that you will have 4 more books to look forward to. That was my review of Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. If you loved it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also please share with like-minded people. I will be back soon with another video. This is Angie the Bookaholic signing off. Bye bye.